The Samsung Galaxy S10 is probably the most hyped upcoming smartphone right now. However, I think that the Sony XPERIA XZ4 might actually be a challenger that's worth mentioning, and might even end up being worth buying for many customers over the Galaxy S10. So let's get started with this comparison. First, the screen. Both companies manufacture great screens. They manufacture their displays themselves rather than hiring someone else, and both displays are probably going to be OLED, with each one having its advantages and its disadvantages. First, the XZ4 obviously has bezels, while the S10 has a hole. Whichever you prefer is the one you prefer. There's obviously no right way or wrong way to do it. Companies are giving us diversity so that we can choose. So I probably mentioned that already. Both screens, OLED, great color accuracy. That shouldn't be the one that decides it. Maybe the XZ4 might be a bit higher resolution, but that's not really something that's too important for a smartphone, at least in my opinion. So yeah, something that's worth mentioning, however, is that the XZ4 will have a 21:9 aspect ratio. So that's great for watching movies, but it's not that great for watching regular YouTube videos, or maybe even playing some games which are not optimized. I think that though it might be good when browsing stuff like Reddit on portrait mode, because you're going to be seeing a lot more stuff than with a regular 16:9 or a widescreen 18:9 screen. So if you like widescreen, then the XZ4 might be for you. However, make sure that it can fit in your pocket and is not too huge, because that thing will be over 15 centimeters. That's a lot. Now onto the design. I think that Samsung is a clear winner here. Their design is a lot more innovative, with almost non-existent bezels, with the only bad thing about it being the hole in the display. The Sony XZ4 has two main advantages. First, no hole, and second, it's going to sort of return to the old Sony design and mix it up a little bit, but in the right direction, rather than having a curved back and stuff like that, which is simply not typical for Sony, and it is not what Sony customers want, and at least in my opinion, and neither is it what will make other people consider buying Sony devices instead of other devices. So the design on this one much better than the XZ3. Still though, when it comes to security and logging in, the Samsung Galaxy S10 is again a winner. It has that in-display ultrasonic fingerprint scanner. Compared to the fingerprint scanner the XZ4 will probably have just on the side of the phone, like we've been seeing on many devices for a while. It's not bad, but it's not innovative. If you're going for innovation, the Galaxy S10 is sort of the way to go, because it will also have that phone-to-phone charging feature like on the Huawei, but it will be much faster. Speaking of speed, the XZ4 is actually just a little bit faster according to leaked benchmarks. However, both phones are going to be rocking the Snapdragon 855 chip, and that's the fastest Android processor right now, so you're good to go with any of these. You're going to have great speed, no lag whatsoever. The user interface on both of these phones will be great. Samsung has especially redesigned their user interface, and Sony's user interface has honestly been one of the best for a while. It is very clean, almost stock experience, with just some minor additions which are in no way too gimmicky or useless. It's a good UI. The Samsung One UI is also Samsung's new UI, and it's great. The camera is where Sony can shine. Of course, Samsung is going to use artificial intelligence to enhance their pictures, but their hardware is probably not going to be anything amazing. On the other hand, Sony is a company that specializes in manufacturing camera lenses and camera sensors, in fact, entire cameras. So with that being said, they can produce a great camera for a mobile phone as long as they do enough development on it. And I hope that they have really done it this time, because their potential is big. And there is a leak that this device might have a 52 megapixel camera, which after compression produces maybe awesome, absolutely no noise, like 12 megapixel images, and the Galaxy S10 will probably not have a much higher resolution than that, and because it will not have the compression from a higher megapixel count, it's probably going to have a lot more noise. And even though the AI enhancement on the Sony is not going to be so aggressive, you can do that later with software and overall produce a greater image or respectively video than with the Galaxy. At least this is what I hope Sony can accomplish, because otherwise their phone might not manage to get on the level of the Galaxy S10, because when it comes to internal memory, the Galaxy will once again introduce a revolutionary amount of a terabyte in a phone. So 1 terabyte internal storage. This is something that the XZ4 is pretty much guaranteed not going to have. So if you want a lot of internal storage on your phone, you will have to go for the Galaxy S10 between those two. To sum it up, the Samsung Galaxy S10 overall is leading in more things. However, that stuff that the XZ4 might actually end up doing better is very specific and directed towards a specific group of customers. So Sony definitely has the potential to reach a lot of people with this device if they put a great camera in there and optimize it for the ultra widescreen aspect ratio. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.